Now, Bernie Robinson is the interim provincial president of the Ontario Nurses Association. Joins us now live via FaceTime to talk more about this. Bernie, appreciate the time this morning. So who is today's message for? Is it for the Hospital Association or the provincial government?
It's for both. The Ontario Hospital Association takes its marching orders and its money from the Ontario government. And the last time we negotiated a collective agreement, fully negotiated a collective agreement, was in 2011. That is 12 years ago, and it's absolutely despicable that we are sitting here 12 years later and are facing arbitration as of tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And Bernie, you're in mediation now. What are the sticking points in the negotiations?
Well, as usual, wages. Wages are the main thing. Mm-hmm. We really need to see an improvement in wages, to keep the nurses that are currently in the profession, to bring nurses back to the profession who have been fed up and left or went to private companies, agencies, and to bring nurses into the profession. Mm-hmm.
And Bernie, what's at stake here? I mean, we're hearing stories, of ER departments closing across the province for different times, depending on staffing, or even when when departments are open, whether it's ERs or otherwise. Nurses are dealing with many more patient ratios than they've been used to, and that's obviously having an impact on patient care. So if something doesn't happen, particularly I'm assuming around money to, as you say, attract more nurses to the profession, what could happen to our healthcare system?
Our healthcare system is crumbling, and it's going to continue to crumble and fail. And that has been set up by the Ford government by restricting our public sector wages, by capping us at 1% over 3 years in the worst pandemic in history, and by devaluing nurses.
Mm-hmm. So, Bernie, obviously, Bill 124, such a contentious issue. You're asking for that to be repealed. And, right now we're in this kind of post-pandemic restriction phase. So compared to the darkest depths of the pandemic, when everyone was kind of working overtime, what is the working situation like for nurses today?
The conditions remain deplorable. Our nurses are facing workloads that they have never, ever had before. They have more patients to care for. They are not giving the care that they want to give, and that they were trained to give. And that hurts them morally. It hurts us as individuals. It hurts us because we can't give the care to Ontarians and to the people in the community that we know and we care for.
And Bernie, I'm curious because obviously in the last couple of weeks, the federal government and the province have come to a new deal on some new funding when it comes to, health care, not only across Ontario, but of course federally, but in Ontario specifically, there's a pretty decent, addition to the bottom line or the wallet of the province. How do you think that's going to have an impact at the table when it comes to the fact that it's known now that there is more money in the pot, as it were?
Well, if they've got the money, they aren't showing it to us. Their offers are mere cents instead of dollars, and it's not going to cut it. And it's deplorable that 50 years ago, ONA was formed by nurses and had to hit the streets to make their demands known to the government. And here we are, 50 years later, a female-dominated profession that cares for the sickest people of Ontario. And here we are, 50 years later, hitting the streets again.
Really, I think that's the point we should leave it on then. Bernie Robinson from the ONA, appreciate the time this morning. Thanks for your time. It'll be an interesting day to follow down at Queen's Park.
Thank you.